Of 11 and a Jets first down.
First down, Jets.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Darnold to throw again. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check three.
Again, Darnold. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
After the interception, here's Darnold to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and goal, Darnold. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Stacy McGee, never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
54.
Darnold from the gun. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ficken's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. Spinning past him. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That's it. That's
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Blue down, 20. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Short.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Newton now to throw. Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Okay, 180. Check. Watch 54. Who that? Walk. Great.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, come on, now.
Gun. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Come on.
Mike spot 4.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Third and long, it's Newton. Airing it out for Olsen. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap for Darnold, and Anderson's got it. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Hey, check. 3 down.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
To throw is Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again is Darnold. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, what's the ball?
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Young lady. Shift.
On first down, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it'll be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. He's got it at the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Newton on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 65 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 38, Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third.
Check 26, check 26, and 80.
Darnold now to throw. Airing one out for Crowder. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
54. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Gun. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Here's Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ready? Get ready? 57 to Mike. Back the pass. Check three. 20.
The first down carry for Davis. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Great.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Here we go, D. Boom. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot
8.
Mike spot 4.
Throwing on second and 14. Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
8. Here we go again. Check. Crunch. Gun. 54's Mike.
From the gun, here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in, touchdown, New York.
We got 6.
Le'Veon Bell, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10.
Back. Gun.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Great. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Now he's going to go deep down the left, and his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Let's 57's left. Target. Ball trot. Hey, check left. Mike 57. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Crash. Check three.
On first down, it's Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
Michael Sack. Mike 5-4. Watch the pass. Tight dog. Hey, lady.
On first down, Bell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable.
That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson there to make the grab. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
20.
Throwing on third and long. Newton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now it's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position back.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Panthers. 46 yards.
20.
From the red zone now, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Let's go. We got this. We got this.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second and long. Newton looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tremaine Johnson that time there to force the incompletion. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing on third and long. Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go on fourth. Newton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Whip. Red 80.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd down now, it's Bell. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Deuce. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Rip left. Right there. 54. Right there.
3rd and long. It's Darnold. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 43. Ladies. You got tight. General West.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know the
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. 120.
54. Mike, 54. Thanks. Watch twist, watch.
Bus. 5'9". Hey, seam 6.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down.
Well, how about that adrenaline? First play of the game, and we have a catch that we're going to talk about probably the rest of this game and straight into the highlights.
Right out of the gate. What an effort. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Bound to lose one. 6. Go. 6 down.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 39.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong...
And this is caught inside the 5. That one good for 37 yards. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Well, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right.
high
That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
12,
47 Mike.
Hey, Delta.
47. Yeah.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Watch the screen.
Now Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
No. Check 52.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Going up top for... Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go. 120.
59. Mike to 59.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, they're scared.
Right there. 54, right there.
Great 57.
Ain't no such thing.
Now Wentz. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Go.
Mike 54.
Shotgun now for Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
80 weapons.
Army.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And some space here. He's at the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yep.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Already at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 50. Check 50.
Sunday. 61. Matchbox lights.
Turn it up. Kill.
Hey, red 5-2. Out here.
Now wins. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 280.
Watch the curve.
What's up?
On first down, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Strip that ball. Check 24.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
5.
59. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9".
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Let's go, son.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Defense wins championships, baby. Kill, kill, kill.
Hold on. Check. Two.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Man, that's trash.
Goff now to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Waiting!
Switch up.
Here's Wentz to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Wentz on target there to Jeffrey. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
All day, every day, any day.
Again, it's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 44-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Hey, defense, let's go. Kill.
Wentz now to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Folks, look. 180. Don't get nervous. Hell, you won.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And that one's complete to Gurley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On second and 7, Goff. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Marley. Mike 47. Mike 47. Do the night. Tell the night.
Both sevens to Mike.
Here's Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Black.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
A final shot before half for Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Here we go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Check 47. Check Mike.
Super.
Goff now looks to throw. He gets it to Gurley, complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Kel.
47. Mike 47.
Hey, orbit.
Here we go.
Both sevens to Mike.
47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Get ready.
Throwing on third, Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham, and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go. Waiting.
59.
Kill.
They'll run on first down. Sanders, and he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Situation. Let's go. Kill. Check 59, Mike.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And Jeffrey's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Done. Ready.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Throwing on second and long. Goff. And it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Check. Switch it. Two jet.
They go with Howard again, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On the stop was Aaron Donald. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Rams on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch the slant. 27, Mike. 27, Mike. Mike, 27. Cut.
From the gun, here's Goff. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, box truck.
Let's go, baby. Turn it over. Get that ball.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing his Wentz. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. That escapes the sack. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Rams will get it at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Goff, that's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
3rd and long. It's gone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Again, Goff. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Wolf. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Now Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Wentz to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Aaron Donald getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw, it's Wentz. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This to make it a 3-score game late. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah. Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
20! Black, come on.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's at the 40. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Switch, Tiger.
One last throw here for Goff. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.